Hey, and welcome to the Media Traffic Goal video series. This video series is going to dive into media buying in relation to banner ads. Now, because there's 8 videos in this whole video series, I want to make it as easy, as simple, and as straightforward as possible. So you'll see me go through this fairly quickly, but you can just follow along step by step. Now, each of the videos, the format's going to be, I'll explain a little bit in the beginning, and you'll see some PowerPoint slides, and then I will show you, what we're looking at, what you need to do, and so forth, so you can see it all on my screen. So let's go ahead and get started. This specific video is video number 1, which is the introduction to banner ad media buys, and most importantly, knowing your niche. So before you actually can use media buys as a source of traffic, you need to know what you're promoting and you need to do the necessary niche keyword research. Now, let me give you a quick overview of all the videos that are in this video series so that you can get a good idea as to what to expect. I'm a big believer in showing you this so that when you know what to expect, the whole process is sped up a lot quicker. Video number 1 is this video. Video number 2, once you figure out your niche and you do your niche keyword research, it's time to do the demographics. Now, in terms of media buys, the question that you might be asking is, well, how do I know which site to advertise on? Well, before you do any of that, you need to do the demographics. Knowing your niche is one thing. You need to figure out your demographics, figure out your audience, find out what they like, what they dislike, who they are, what they look like, and so forth. And that'll give you a better idea on what types of sites these people like to visit and search and hang out with. Video number 3 is finding sites to advertise banner ads. So once you know the demographics, you know what sites they like to hang out at, go to, what they like to buy, and so forth. And I'll show you the steps in there on how to go about that. Video number 4 is important because let's say, for example, you do find a site to advertise your banner ad on. Now, before you create your banner ad, you need to watch video 4, which shows you how to sell the click. What that means is that you are basically creating a banner ad that will have enough interest that the prospect will click on the banner ad. So, you could have a banner ad on a site. You might, if you don't do proper preparation and research, you might have 10,000 views a day, but no clicks. So you need to be able to sell the click, and we'll talk more about that in that video. Video number 5 is where to get your banners designed. There are 2 ways to go about doing that, and I'll show you how to do that. Video number 6, we'll talk about banner ad networks. Now, there are several ways you can go about this. You can either do direct media buys, which I'll show you in video number 3, and using networks in video 6. So I give you 2 different avenues which you can use direct media buys or media buys in relation to ad networks. Video number 7, we'll talk about testing, observing, and scaling the winners. Now, it's easy for you if you don't know about media buying and you don't know about any other source, and you jump right in, you got your 2 feet in, and you're ready to go, and you just start putting lots of money. Well, I would advise against that. I would advise create your campaigns first, create several split testing campaigns first, test it out, observe them, and then the ones that are winning, scale those specific winners. And of course, a bonus video in video number 8, I'm going to show you how to find banner ads fast. So for example, in relation to direct media buying, that requires you to go out, let's say, to Google, find sites, and it's a very tedious process, but once you understand that process, I'm going to show you how to do it in a couple minutes. And now that you're an actual paying customer of this media buying video product, we're going to give you a special invite to a software that will allow you to do that. So more on that on video 8. Here's what you're going to need. You're going to need the internet, and you're going to need some money. To do media buying, unfortunately, you're going to need money. Now, just like pay-per-click marketing, you're going to need to invest money. It's not a free traffic source, but it is a traffic source that can be set up even if you don't have all these technical knowledge about SEO and things like that. So it is easy to get set up, but you do need some money. You need to complete this video series, and you need the will to succeed. If you watch till video 5 and you're just sick of it, you just don't have time, and you get frustrated later on and you feel like it's because you watched 5 videos but you never implemented it, that's the reason. So you need to complete this video series, and you need a will to succeed and finish and implement it. Because if you do implement it, you will get some results. Now let's talk about your niche keyword research. Before you go out and start creating your banner ads and so forth, you need to figure out, okay, what are you promoting? Are you promoting a website? Are you promoting your product, somebody else's product, and so forth? Whatever that might be, you need to figure out what kind of keywords you're going to use and so forth. So I'm going to go to Google and use some tools, and let's look at those, and I'll show you how to go about doing some basic keyword research. Now, for those of you that already know how to do basic keyword research, you can go ahead and skip this part. But if you don't know how to do that, let me explain in a little more detail. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start out by going to google.com. And we're going to use a tool called Google AdWord Tool to figure out what kind of keywords people are typing in to Google to find a specific product in your niche. And this will give you a good idea of your niche as a whole and little sub niches within the niche and so forth. So let's go ahead and go to google.com and type in Google Keyword Tool. Now it's going to be at the top. It's hours.google.com/select keyword tool external. So go ahead and click on the top one here. Now, what you're looking at is the Google AdWord keyword tool, and what you want to do is just enter a general keyword. So let's say, for example, that my niche is going to be weddings. So I'm going to type in weddings. And you can also type in other keywords as well, like wedding speeches, wedding reception, and so forth. Now what I want to do is you have the option of only choosing ideas closely related to the search terms, which is what I usually checked. And then what you want to do is enter the CAPTCHA here, which just shows that you are a human being. And there we go. As you can see here, Google has created a list of keywords that we can look at. You can see the keyword here, the competition, meaning how many people are trying to rank on that keyword, and so forth. So this just gives you an idea. Okay, weddings. You can go to weddings. You can go find banner ad, sites that specifically talk about wedding speeches, wedding receptions. You can dig down deeper, wedding reception music, wedding reception best man, and so forth. So normally what we can do is once you get a list of keywords here, you can sort by the global monthly searches from top to bottom. And you can save these keywords: wedding dresses, wedding reception, beach weddings, wedding speeches, and so forth. Now, when you're doing your keyword research, this is just going to give you an idea of what you can dig deeper into and sites that you can advertise on and so forth in terms of the keyword. Now, in terms of the sites, we'll figure that out in video number 3. But let's go ahead and move on to video number 2 and talk about the demographics. So what we're going to do is figure out the demographics of the weddings, wedding dresses, what type of person is basically searching for these keyword terms.